Today on r/today I effed up. Today I effed up when my girlfriend refused to fix the generator and asked me to find someone else to do it, so I called my exuke. Me, female 24, live with my girlfriend, female 35, have dated for 4 years, and have been living together since 2 years, getting married soon. We live with few of my very close old friends. It's a big unit like 4 small studio apartments clubbed into one, each apartment 2 people. Me and my girlfriend share the responsibilities almost equally. I do most of the housework, cooking, cleaning, managing the house, because I am more of a homebody, while girlfriend picks up the other duties, fixing things, plumbing, taking care of the cars, and anything that requires someone to go out. She is a little careless and forgetful. I sometimes need to remind her some things at least 10 times before she can actually do it. Recently, about 20 days ago, our generator stopped working. I've been asking her to get it fixed since 20 days and she says she'll do it tomorrow every time I ask her. In her defense, I only remind her to do it when there is a power cut. She also has been extremely busy with work these past few days. We have a business together, and she puts in a few more hours on it than I do. I pick up more house duties. We've been having a lot of power cuts these days and it gets really hot where we live. We already have an inverter that's working, but it can only support a fan and a light. No AC or TV or speakers or anything. Yesterday was an off from work. My plan was to chill at home, cook good food, get a few beers and deep clean the house. I can only clean the house with loud music on. I don't know why. It is just what it is. My body won't move without music. Yesterday there was a very long power cut and I lost it. It was extremely hot. I was sweating. There was a lot of cleaning left to do. Cleaning days are also like therapy days for me, and I kind of look forward to it. The power cut made it all impossible. I was pissed at my girlfriend when there was a cut, and looked at her with a disappointed face. She said, "What? I didn't make the lights go off." I told her I've been asking her to fix it since days now. And she replied, "Okay, chill, I'll do it tomorrow again." I told her to let me know if she cannot do it so I can just ask someone else to do it because I cannot function like this. She got pissed at this and said, "I said I'll do it. If you don't understand that, go get someone else to fix it then." I confirmed with her again and asked her if she was going to do it tomorrow. She said, "Now I won't, go find someone else." As I said, I live with a few close friends and I have dated one of them for a very short while when we were young. This was before I met my now girlfriend. We realized it wouldn't work so we split, but we're great friends now and we share everything. She is the one I am closest to, and she is also someone who I know would be able to understand the electrical generator stuff. I asked her if she can get someone to fix it. She said okay. And within an hour there was a guy standing at my door to fix that thing. The guy came in. My girlfriend was shocked because it was fast and I actually managed to do something without her help. I usually ask her to do things like that. The guy fixed it and left. My girlfriend was acting okay, a little upset because of the little argument we had, but still okay. Until my friend came in after work. She usually comes by to say hi and we chill. She then asked if the generator guy fixed it, and I said yes. My girlfriend now realized I actually took her help. She asked me I called my friend for help and I said yes. All she said was, "Wow, you really know how to press my buttons." I told her she was the one who told me to go find someone else, and she refused to do it. She said she didn't think I'd actually go out and ask someone else for help, because usually she's the only one I ask, and she most definitely didn't expect me to take help from my ex who still has feelings for me. She doesn't. My girlfriend just thinks she does. My girlfriend has left the house since then, has been staying over at a friend's place, and isn't returning my calls. Edit, I am sure she is also hurt by the fact that I actually didn't need her help with it. I cannot deny the fact that I am dependent on her for a lot of things. I barely take any decision alone. I mostly rely on her to do things for me. I never planned this, it just has been like that since the start. I am aware the age difference also plays a big role here. She usually gets most things done, is usually the one to have the last word in everything, and I am not the one to question her or go against her will, which I did this time. Update: girlfriend came back late at night. She said she just needed to cool off a little and everything was getting overwhelming, so she needed a break. I have read all the comments. It has given me a lot of insight and I didn't think my dependency on her was such an issue until now. I wanted to talk to her about everything, but she had a few drinks with her friends, so it did not seem like the right time. I will definitely sit her and talk to her about everything. Our last story for today. Today I effed up by getting my son expelled from kindergarten. Some people are stuck on the smear campaign I mentioned. I don't have an arrest record and I could find hundreds of character referrals for myself, both professionally and personally. The narrative that I am violent and unstable, though without context it may certainly seem so, is without merit and was designed to force the school to act, which was the basis for my son's expulsion. It would make sense to not want a dangerous man around children, if that were actually the case. Others seem to think that I feel what I did was okay. It's not, And I've said so numerous times. Sometimes things happen and I'm ready to accept whatever comes my way. I'm not dodging accountability. I retained counsel after the incident for 2 reasons. First, of course, if anything should come my way from this, whether criminally or civilly, but it seems unlikely as these people don't like involving outside entities into their business. Secondly, to see if there is any recourse against the school. For this reason, I'm not going to name and shame as some people here have suggested. There is CCTV everywhere, including the pickup area and playground. My attorneys have requested it. We'll see how that plays out. Also, we all do what we feel is best for our children, so if the people making private school comments and insinuating that somehow we all deserve to be in this situation because of where we chose to put our son. As for the bully's family, they have similar means to us, and to my knowledge haven't donated any more money than we have. I don't know the parents personally, but something tells me I will eventually. Something also tells me the parents are going to be much like their son. My wife is mad for several reasons, obviously. She's not wild about what I did, but also that this is affecting other parts of our lives. Since this has happened, she's been side-eyed at the grocery store, getting coffee, basically anywhere she runs into parents from the school. She is embarrassed, mad at the school, mad at my reaction, and mad at everyone's reaction as well. I don't blame her a bit. The fallout from this will most likely be far-reaching. My wife and I had a talk with our son, first about why he can't go back to his school. I took all the responsibility and he is very upset about it. I haven't told him that I probably can't be his baseball coach anymore. He understands what I did and why it was wrong, but also thanked me a few days later when we were talking about it. We've turned this into a teaching moment for him. About how he did everything he could by talking to us, and it was me who failed him. We also talked about the appropriate response to things like this and how what I did wasn't okay. There is a contingent of parents rallying around us, some publicly, others in private, but they are in the minority. I feel like I'm learning who our friends really are, which I guess is a silver lining to this debacle. Lastly, we're not moving. This may be a defiant stance by me, but I'm not going to let this be any more of a disruption that it's already been. We've been in the neighborhood for a decade, our house is paid off, and I'm not going to let the way people perceive something drive us away from the life we've built. The public school we're zoned to is a good one, and it will be fine. Now to the story. A boy in my son's class has been a known bully to a few others in their class. There have been incidents of this boy choking other kids with his hands around their necks, picking up sand in the playground, and rubbing it in unsuspecting kids' faces, pushing kids down the playground slide, and just overall tormenting by random punches to the arms and shoulders. My son came home and told me about the choking incident, and I was concerned. Then I heard from other parents stories of how their children has been victims of this. Then one day my son's demeanor changed. He was irritable, angry, and throwing tantrums at every little thing. We were shocked by this because he's usually pretty chill and goes with the flow. Through some interrogation, I found out that he has been the victim, this little tyrant, and has been hitting him randomly throughout the day for a while. I don't know if it's just a quick jab and it never gets noticed by the teacher or what, but I believe him because of this child's known history. I emailed the teacher about the situation and let her know that I knew of other things that had happened surrounding this particular student. She said that she hadn't seen anything but that she would keep an eye out, not confirming or denying the other situations I referenced. This boy's behavior didn't change, and he has consistently been hitting my son. At this point, and after talking with other parents some more, I am extremely distraught about this. Now comes the FU. At pickup every day there is a drive-through pickup line, and a place to grab your kid when they are released on the side. There is a big lawn where they are released, and there are lots of parents who stand and talk at pickup after the kids are out. This allows the kids a little extra time to play and get some energy out. While I am there talking with a mom from my son's class, I glance across the lawn and see this boy swat my son in the back of the head. It wasn't friendly, and it certainly wasn't called for. My son turns around with a pained look, holding the back of his head, and the boy pushes him down. I excused myself from my conversation and started walking to my son, who at this point has gotten up and started running in my direction with this other boy hot on his trail. He's basically being hunted. My son runs into me, face first into my belly. I wrapped my arms around my son, look up, and the boy is still running at him, and I kicked him. I put the sole of my shoe right in his chest. Not really hard, not this is Sparta style, but enough to knock him back and on his AZs. Call it instinct, an unconscious motion, or whatever you want. I honestly don't even know if I meant to do it or not, it just happened. This was in front of about 100 people. Immediately I'm swarmed by parents asking what the F is wrong with me, why would I kick a child, etc. I only spent about 15 seconds trying to explain before I realized that this was a futile effort. I quickly get my son's bag and we walk to the car. By the time we get home, the principal has called my wife and is on the phone when I walk in. My wife is disgusted and mortified, and honestly so am I. It wasn't an okay thing to do, and it just happened hasn't been an acceptable excuse. Later that week we were called into administration and told that they had no choice but to expel my son, admittedly through no fault of his own. There was a parent-led petition to get this done, in addition to a smear campaign against me calling me violent and unstable. This is a private school, so there really isn't due process or whatever you would find in the public school system. It's a money and politically driven system, though I don't know if even building them a new science building would get me out of this one. If it wasn't bad enough, this has affected lots of other things because I'm my son's baseball coach too, and this has gotten around our league. My wife is beside herself, and I don't even want to get into how that's going to play out. So this is where we are. My son will need a new school for the fall, my reputation in the community and neighborhood is shot, and my marriage is now probably in major jeopardy. All for a bully. Edit. So I guess I need to clear some things up. The all for a bully at the end wasn't meant to mean all because of a bully. I'm taking responsibility for my actions. I was obviously wrong. I didn't go into detail about my communication with the school about this issue. My wife and I met with the teacher 11 days before this happened. In that meeting, it was reiterated that she has not witnessed what I was describing. I did not meet with any administrative people, but I included the principal on the email I sent to the teacher after our meeting, recapping what we had talked about. I probably should have met with the brass. And those are all the stories we have for today. See you tomorrow.